Hey guys, it's me David and welcome back to week 6 of building Geonosis. Now you might be able to tell by the title, but we're calling this episode a mid-season finale or a pre-finale. And you might be wondering, well David, what's going on? You've never done this before. And you're right, I have never done a mid-season finale. And why now? What's up? What's happening today? What are we doing? We're actually going to finish building Geonosis. We're actually going to finish the mock. So here's what's happening. Brick Fair, Virginia, a convention I love to attend almost every year. Didn't happen last year, obviously, because of COVID, but it's coming back this year. I go to it every time, and I love to bring mocks. And in building Geonosis in week 5, we left off on the mountain, and it's basically nowhere nearing completion in terms of that. It would take another couple weeks, maybe even a month or two before we even had that mountain done. And then on top of that, I wanted to make like a motorized droid factory, and it just wasn't going to be where I wanted it to land by the time Brick Fair rolls around here at the end of July of 2021. So my solution is this mid-season finale where we're going to go in and we're actually going to finish building Geonosis by finishing those last 3 base plates with more desert, with more of the desert landscape that we've been building the last couple of weeks. And it works very well because I already know exactly how to carve it. I know what pieces to use, and so I'm able to go in and make those last 3 plates, as we'll see here very soon, and get them complete to a fully finished mock. That's right, we're going to put minifigures, we're going to put the ships. It's going to be just like a normal finale, but it's just not going to be the final mock that I want to make. So what will happen after you see this video is I'm going to bring this mock to Brick Fair, Virginia, and then from there we'll revisit building Geonosis with week 7 and thereforth in the fall of 2021. So the series will return in fall. I don't want to give a specific date because I just don't know if it's going to be September, October, November. That's to be determined, but the way you'll know for sure is by hitting the subscribe button. So if you want to see this mock continue and get even bigger, definitely hit that subscribe button, guys. So you might be wondering, well, David, why don't you just continue building the mountain on the side and you just don't take it to Brick Fair and continue the series throughout the summer? Well, as it turns out, I kind of took on way too many projects, and there's actually a lot happening behind the scenes right now. Where not only do I have Brick Fair, Virginia later this month in July of 2021, but I also am going to a convention called Brick Rodeo. It's in Texas. Never been to Texas, actually. I'm visiting Rich Boy Jay, or Jalen. You guys might know him. He's been working on an absolutely amazing Starkiller base mock that I'm going to be seeing in person, and I can't wait. But that takes up another weekend in July. As for August, why wouldn't building Geonosis return after Brick Fair? Well, there's some big projects that are happening behind the scenes that I just can't go into right now, but I can't wait to reveal later in the late summer, beginning of fall. Again, I don't want to give a date for that either, but there are some really big things happening behind the scenes. And before we get into this, if you want to help support the channel, support building Geonosis, definitely take a look at my website, minifigsforyou.com. Right now I have the brand new ARC Troopers up for pre-order. Those will be shipping out in August. They are incredible. They're based off the Camino episodes from season 3 of the Clone Wars. I think they came out looking awesome. The helmets especially look great, and they just look so good. So if you're interested, the link will be down in the description below. Now without ado, let's go ahead and get started on this pre-finale. Alright, so coming off that awesome time lapse, as you can see, quite a lot of progress has already been made at the beginning, and there's still more to do, obviously. Using these 2x6 plates now to kind of fill in these gaps that you're seeing here, all these black bricks that are showing through have to be covered up, obviously. In case you're wondering what happened to the mountain that was being built right here in last week, week 5, it's actually right here. As you can see, it's just kind of split because of the MOC being modular. I can just take the base plates apart very easily. So what's next is, of course, I'm going to continue covering up this section. We're going to start adding the details here, and then don't forget we still have details over here that still haven't been added yet. It's covered, but we haven't gotten like the details like you see here, so that's going to be the next thing. So without ado, let's go ahead back into a time lapse and continue on this new section back here. So coming off that time lapse, I have now finished this whole new section right here. This last row of 3 base plates. Gotta say I'm very happy with the detail work, especially considering the time. I mean, we're talking about 6 to 8 hours just to get all this done is pretty fast compared to what took a couple weeks on this first section. Granted, I didn't know what I was doing over here. Now I knew exactly what to do, how our layout was, and all of that. So that made things go a lot faster because I already knew the type of techniques, the type of designs I wanted to use. So that was easy to implement in this additional section. I actually continued this path around here. I was like, why not? Let's just make it a whole circle. So it continues all the way over to this area over here. So I'm happy the trail continues, and it just adds a little bit more visual interest. It's easy to just get lost in all the dark orange and the nougat colors. So now we're going to move on to one more time lapse. That's right, just one more. And we're going to finish up this area right here. This is the last area that has to be detailed. You can see it's mostly just bricks. So we're going to go ahead and do that. After that, we get to the fun part, putting minifigures on. Alright guys, so I have now completed what is a semi-finished Geonosis MOC. Obviously I wanted to, make the mountain and all of that, the droid factory. That will come at a later date. But as you can see, we have now completed this whole battle area. The whole desert landscape is now complete. And I also went ahead and separated the whole thing out. And it actually looks really cool. It works because it's so easy to transport this now to Brick Fair or any LEGO convention I want to take this to. So I haven't made a modular like this since Scarif actually. So it's kind of cool to see it all separated out, especially when you're like looking down the little areas. It looks pretty neat. Now the best part, we're going to put some minifigures. We're going to get the ATTEs, the gunships, maybe a few droid fighters and maybe a few droid cannons onto the mock. We'll put as many as I find appropriate. I don't want to overcrowd the mock so you don't even see the details. So it's important that I don't just shove as many possible gunships as possible on it. So without ado, let's go ahead and see what that looks like. There it is, the mid-season finale version of Geonosis. Gotta say, this turned out way better than I had expected. It looks absolutely incredible, especially if you light it up the right way. I have some spotlights over here, soft light and a spotlight actually. And that did wonders, honestly. It really highlights a lot of the details. It emphasizes shadow, which is very important for a very deserty planet like Geonosis, and it honestly just sets the mood. I'm absolutely thrilled with the way this whole thing looks with the right lighting. And honestly, like I said, I am kind of just astonished with how good it looks. Like, I had never planned on this being the final mock, and it technically isn't, but man, does it look like a final mock. I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think, but wow. Just wow. So I'm sure I'll get a lot of people being like, David, only one ATT, only one gunship when you have a billion of each. So like I said earlier, guys, I wanted to not crowd this entire mock with figures and vehicles. Otherwise, you kind of lose what exactly we're building here. And, of course, I would love to make this a lot larger and have a lot more vehicles. But given the size that we went with here, a 3x3, I think this was the right move to have this many vehicles. And there's actually more than just the gunship and ATTE over here. You do have two AATs, which are actually accurate to landing at Point Rain. You do see that specific tank in the blue color in that episode, as well as actually that Geonosian cannon over there. So all the vehicles that you're seeing here are actually accurate to what I'm basing this mock off of, which is the Clone Wars Second Battle of Geonosis. Now, this specific battle landscape that I have set up is not from a specific episode from it, just kind of inspired in terms of the troopers and the actual look, but not like a specific battle. This isn't like the ring of gunships and ATTEs. This isn't the attack on the droid factory. And of course, this isn't the zombie attack. But I do have little Easter eggs in here kind of hinting to those other episodes and to landing at Point Rain specifically, because that was my favorite Star Wars The Clone Wars episode growing up. And it definitely still reminisces in me today, and it kind of warms my heart to be able to build something this incredible. So I'm absolutely thrilled. So now what I want to do is just take you through a quick tour. Again, this is the mid-season finale, so this is kind of like a finished mock that will just have additional things added to it later on in the fall of 2021. All right, so we'll just start off here. Of course, I had to have the 2013 ATTE. So in the main gun, I do have a clone gunner, and there is a clone pilot. Now, you will also notice, and I'm sure I'll have people telling me down in the comments below about my controversial choice of using normal Clone Wars clone troopers instead of the, movie accurate episode 2 Attack of the Clones style, realistic style clone trooper. And then I'm sure I'll also get plenty of people saying, well, David, why don't you use the dark orange or the sand red battle droids? I'm sure that'll also be in the comments. For the tan battle droids, I do actually have dark orange battle droids. The thing is, it's impossible to find the dark orange legs. I don't know why, but it just is. So I will have to inquire with some people, and maybe you guys, if you'd be willing to, could donate a leg or two and send it to my P.O Box down below. That will be an option, but as of right now, I don't think it's necessary to have the dark orange battle droids for this mid-season finale. And going forward, I will hopefully get those legs that I need for the dark orange battle droids and use that in the final version of the mock. But in the meantime, I actually like the tan battle droids. It really creates a nice contrast, which is very important. I'm really trying to play with color because color's so important with a mock like this, and shadows and stuff like that. It's all one color, so how do you make it visually interesting? Well, you have hard light, you have soft light, you have different color tones, you have medium nougat, you have orange, you have tan, you have dark tan, all kinds of different colors coming in there and distinguishing it and making the landscape look that much more interesting. Over here I have Ahsoka, and as you can see, it is her season 3 outfit. I just like that outfit more. I know it's not accurate. Now you'll see here, these are my custom Geonosian ARF troopers. I do sell these. At the moment, they're out of stock. It's very hard to get dark orange Lego minifigure parts, but if you are interested in them, definitely take a look at my Minifigs for You site down in the description below. Now the next thing you'll notice I have is an ATRT here. And what that's doing is just adding more visual interest. So I guess technically there's 6 vehicles if you consider that custom ATRT. I usually try to include it in almost every Lego Star Wars build I can, especially if it's Clone Wars related. I absolutely love this ATRT. It's a custom design. Over here we have more Clone Wars clone troopers and the Geonosian ARF trooper. Now moving over to this side, as you can see here, this is pretty cool actually. So I have some custom, these are again from my Minifigs for You website. These are custom Geonosian Flame Troopers using CAC helmets. I do have a Commander Jet right there. And then I have Kita Monday here, and this is from the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, I believe from 2018. I do have some dead zombie Geonosians over here, just as a fun tidbit. Easter egg to the zombie Geonosian episode and the Geonosian arc from Season 2 of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now you will notice a severe lack of flying Geonosians. I actually only have 2 up in the air at the moment. And then I have one more right here, a drone, one without wings. Now I do have more Geonosians. They're actually kind of out and about. There's some on the tank and all that. I actually don't have enough weapons, these specific Lego weapons. I don't have enough of them. I actually only had 3 for some reason, even though I have like 12 Geonosian figures. So I just put them over there. In the meantime, when I take this mock to Brix, Virginia in a few weeks, I will have those weapons and have some more Geonosians fighting. I do plan on buying more Geonosians with wings in the future. So that will be something that will appear in the final mock. For now, I just have the few 3 here in the main fight of the battle. I specifically love this Flame Trooper because I've been able to kind of recreate this battle droid kind of getting flamed up by it. You just reverse the battle droid torso and just put a flame piece on it, so easy modification. So another thing you'll notice is there's quite a lot of Geonosian spires. That's what these giant stick pieces are sticking out of the ground. They're just part of the Geonosian landscape, supposedly, from what I read on Wikipedia. Geonosians kind of build these things up. That's kind of where they live, apparently, there, and also in the catacombs underground. So that's what these things sticking up are. Over here, I have just a few more clone troopers with an E-Web blaster. This is a Brick Arms blaster, and you will also notice that all my clone troopers are equipped with Brick Arms blasters. I do have a different gun on the battle droids. I'm not sure who made that. It might be Little Arm Shop, but I do plan on switching that over to Brick Arms battle droid blasters because they also make one as well. If you're interested, I also sell those weapons on my Minifigs for You website. So to make this battle just a little bit more interesting, I do have some droids that are kind of in mid-fallen position, just actually falling down from the blaster. Specifically this one right here, and this one's really funny. Let me come on over here and show you. So what's funny about this one is I have the Republic gunship right here, and I have the gun lined up perfectly, so it literally looks like his head's getting blasted off. That's what that translucent piece right there is doing, is to kind of literally hold the head as it's getting blasted off the battle droid. Over here is Waxer and Boyle. They're trying to kind of get behind the army and take it out from behind. There is also a droideka. This is like one of the very older ones, but it's accurate. You do see droidekas on Geonosis, so that makes sense. So of course I had to include Anakin and Obi-Wan, as well as Captain Rex and Commander Cody. So the Commander Cody is a custom figure from Minifigs for You. And then the Obi-Wan and Anakin are not in their correct outfit. It's the outfit I prefer them in, which is, I think they're like Season 3, Season 4 outfit. And then there is Phase 1 Captain Rex. That's the normal Lego Captain Rex that you got all the way back in that 2008 AT-TE. But he also was a reoccurring figure in other sets as well, like the Battle and Geonosis set. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There is quite a lot of details in terms of the groundwork, but I figured a lot of you have already seen that throughout the building of this series, so I don't have to go too deep into that. I'm extremely happy with the way this mock came out, and again, it's not technically the final version of the mock. We're just at a mid-season finale, and I can't wait to see what adding a mountain behind this looks like. Wow, does this look incredible. I absolutely love the lighting. Honestly kills it for me. Like, it just looks so good. It creates these nice harsh shadows. It just creates so much more it's so much more dynamic with the lighting. I'm just kind of shocked with how cool it looks. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and head on out. Well, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a kind of final version of Geonosis. Again, it will be on display in Brix, Virginia. So if you're in the surrounding states and you've gotten your vaccine, definitely come to the convention, see Geonosis in person. I really do think it came out looking great. This is my smallest mock to date. And I gotta say, as small as it is, it looks fantastic. So don't let my previous mocks be a deterrent in terms of like, oh, I can't build that because it won't fit in my room, or I just don't have the pieces. Building smaller doesn't mean you can't build something detailed and amazing looking, guys. Please try it out. It is so much fun to make smaller mocks. I might actually continue doing this in the future. I'm also really happy to say that like 6 weeks, even though we had a month break in between here and that last episode, was able to make this is pretty incredible. So I'm very, very happy given the time frame of what we did. And again, in fall of 2021, we'll be back with week 7 of building Geonosis, and we'll continue on to the final version of Geonosis. And you know what? I might even make the mock bigger, add the mountain to what's already been created, because it looks pretty awesome as is. So that's it. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. I can't wait to show you the secret projects that I'm working on, as well as all the reviews still to come here in July. Can't wait to see all of you at Brick Fair, Brick Rodeo, and I can't wait to see everybody else back in fall for building Geonosis. Again, hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified for that series to return. That's going to be it. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.